Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Marvel Legends Cosmic Spider-Man. And if you guys know anything about me, you probably know that I like different finishes on my figures. This guy has metallic and matte or flat, so that's awesome. You guys probably also know I really like blue and white, especially as a combined color scheme for characters. So this guy has that, and that's pretty cool. And you probably also know that I really liked this base body from the Spider UK figure when it came out, and so that's a pretty cool thing too. So you're probably wondering, so is the figure really good? And the answer is kinda not. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. The first thing to note about this guy is his height. He stands just about 16.5 centimeters, which makes him pretty close to, well, a little bit over 6.5 inches, probably closer to 6 5/8. Now, I don't know anything about this particular version of Spider-Man. I don't know if it's Peter Parker. I don't know any of that. It doesn't matter. I didn't look it up because I don't care. But the accuracy is of question because it is a fairly bulky body. I have seen pictures of it before, and I think that's okay, but you guys can correct me if that is incorrect. So, let's talk accessories before we get into the figure anymore. He does have the normal head with the cosmic painting, and then his face, the spider face, which is sculpted, by the way. They sculpted a seam between the blue and the red, so that's really cool. However, it doesn't have spider-shaped eyes, and everything I've looked up as far as images, it looks like he's still supposed to have Spider-Man eyes. Granted, they're usually smaller than a standard Spider-Man head, but his does not have Spider-Man eyes at all. He's got little tiny beady white eyes, which don't look great. And then the cosmic paint job on the top of his head is not very clean. It's kind of like stretched and smushed, but it's okay, I guess. Then we do have the other head, which looks kind of like Captain America. I don't know what kind of head that looks like. It's got the half mask, and it's okay. I mean, the paint job's clean enough. It's a little bit cleaner for the cosmic stuff. The eyes are still the same, and then the face is okay, but it looks almost exactly like the Steve Rogers head from before. Maybe it's Steve Rogers. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the character, but I don't think so, because then we have also this head, which is like totally unmasked, and it looks kind of like an adult Peter Parker to me, so maybe that's the thing. Paint job's clean enough. There's no shading in the hair, but the rest of it looks pretty good, and I gotta say, it's fine. I don't really have too many problems with it. Looks good. All right, so back to the figure. Gonna be a pretty quick review. There's not much to talk about paint-wise, and then the body is things we've already seen, so that'll go pretty quickly. So the paint on this guy is surprisingly clean. We have mostly molded blue for the parts, and then there's some paint, but it blends very nicely. So this is painted here, and then these are molded, and that works very nicely. It looks great. They did a great job with the metallic blue, and then even with the white paint on top of that, it is mostly really clean. It's not perfect, but they did a pretty damn good job. And then the little white specks are clean except for on the top of the head, so it looks exactly how it should. Now the white parts are all molded white, which is a good thing. There's no paint issue there, but it's just solid molded white plastic, so if you wanted some shading, you didn't get it. That's a bummer, but I mean, at least it's clean molded white plastic, so I'll give them a little bit of credit there. As far as the articulation goes, the head can look up, the head can look down. That's pretty good. Head sits mostly pretty well on the neck, and that's true for the alternate heads, though they're not quite the same. It works pretty well. The shoulders, at least on this side, go all the way up horizontally, no problem. Full rotation, bicep swivel works just fine. Double jointed elbow, no issue, that's good. Wrist has a swivel and a hinge. Now that's all true for the other side, except my shoulder on this side is totally frozen. So I mean, I can rotate it, but I can't use the hinge at all. It just kind of wiggles like that. So I don't know if that's a universal issue or not, no pun intended, but hopefully you don't have that problem. For the ab crunch, you can lean it back one notch, and it looks okay. A little bit of the pot belly issue like we saw before, but not too bad. And one notch forward. So again, it's okay. Not bad, not great. It'll definitely do. Waist twist is fine. The hips don't go that far out to the side. It's only about 45 degrees, which, you know, it's probably enough, but I'm guessing he should be pretty agile, and so they probably should go a little farther. Going all the way forward, though, is no problem at all, so that's good. They don't really go back at all. You do have your thigh swivel, which works just fine. This guy had some knee issues before. Did they fix them? No, they didn't. We only get a little bit better than 90. There's just too much plastic back here. It's blocking the knee from actually bending. And that's weird because that plastic doesn't need to be there. It's a wrinkle that they sculpted in. Shouldn't be there, so that's a bummer. We do have a shin swivel, which if you like those is fine. If you don't like those, it's not fine. This side lines up pretty well. This leg's pretty good. This side, it's not terrible, but it's not great. Maybe mine's just a mismold, but there's kind of like a lip right here, so be aware of that. And then for the ankles, they go all the way back, so that's good. They go pretty far forward. You have to wiggle them around a little bit, but they do, so that's nice. And then we have our ankle rocker, which works pretty well. So ultimately, there's some schmutz on this guy's foot right here. That's not good. Ultimately, it's okay. It's not a great figure. It's not a bad figure. It does look nice on a shelf. The metallic blue is good, and the paint job on the face is good enough. So yeah, I'm going to say it's okay. Nothing special, but definitely good enough for what it is. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.